Hey Centra, thanks so much for tuning in again this week. We are so glad that you've joined us, and we're going to dive right in. Last week we talked just about the fact that we are wanting to educate you around your open enrollment options so that when it's time for you to choose your benefits, that you really are educated to make the best decision for you and for your family. The first question we're going to address today is, what are the eligible coverages that we have as Centra teammates within our health plan options? And so Aubrey?
Yeah, so you mentioned options. We have a lot of great options as Centra teammates to choose from. Of course, we have medical, dental, vision. Those are traditional plan offerings, but we also offer some great coverage, things that you can add in to make those plans a little bit more rich for you and your family. So those include like voluntary additions, which is like your critical illness, accident insurance, long-term care. We have great retirement plan options. We even have things like life and AD&D, which is called life and accidental death and dismemberment. That's a big mouthful to take in, and it's a lot.
Yeah, I personally hope that that's a coverage I never have to use, but it might be good for me to have it if I have an accident. So good to know. What you've said is that we have lots of options, and I know for me that's great. I love the word, and I love the fact that we have lots of different options and things to choose from as Centra teammates. The next question I want to know is, who is actually eligible to be covered in my health plan?
That's a great question. So as full-time employees, we are eligible for all of our benefits options. Part-time employees are also eligible for some of the options dependent on their part-time status. I would definitely refer you back to our benefits enrollment guide that you can find on Lawson Self-Service to find a little bit more about what that looks like. You can also contact one of our benefits teammates, and they can always help you understand what that means. But we also cover your spouse. Your spouse might be covered if they work here at Centra under your plan. If they don't have a job outside of the home, they can be covered as well. If they do work outside of the home, we do ask that if they have other options or coverage options as an employee somewhere else, that they have to pay the surcharge. And that's just something standard that we have implemented for teammates that have spouses with additional coverage options.
Okay, good to know. So my other question would be dependents. For myself, I have a 17-year-old and I have a 20-year-old. And in my case, I'm pretty sure that my 17-year-old, because she's a minor and still living at home, would be covered. But my 20-year-old is a college student, and he's an adult, and he's living in another state. Aubrey, would he be covered?
Yes, absolutely. So we cover your children up until the age of 26. If they live out of the state, we do ask that you fill out a form and turn that into the health plan so that they know he's out of the state. But we cover anyone, any of your children, not anyone, any of your children up to the age 26. And we will ask for documentation for your dependents to be turned in.
Great. All great information. Once again, we thank you all for tuning in. Next week, we're just going to talk a little bit about basic terminology when you get into health plans. If you're not in the world of benefits on a daily basis, sometimes that terminology can be confusing. So once again, just building that foundation for our open enrollment education. So thanks for tuning in. Have a great week. Bye.